The Chicago Bears went from 5 wins to 12 in a single season, and the wildest part is what they did next. Under head coach Ben Johnson, Chicago captured its first NFC North title since 2018 and won a playoff game for the first time in 15 years. They earned the nickname Cardiac Bears after rallying to win 7 games when trailing inside the final 2 minutes, the most by any NFL team since 1970. Then one man walked away from the reigning Super Bowl champions to sign here, and the reason he chose Chicago tells you everything about where this team is headed. Quarterback Caleb Williams shattered the franchise passing record with 3,942 yards, and he did it while the offense left points on the field week after week. The ground game finished 3rd in the NFL behind DeAndre Swift and his career high 1,087 rushing yards. Then the front office made a move nobody expected. They shipped their number 1 receiver out of town, a decision the internet called reckless, and the roster they kept behind him might make it look brilliant. The whole plan hinges on the young talent still standing in the receiver room. The defense forced 33 takeaways and led the league with 23 interceptions, yet the pass rush still ranked near the bottom of the NFL. General manager Ryan Poles spent the offseason chasing speed and swagger on both sides of the ball. The division owned Chicago for years, and suddenly it looks vulnerable, while a new quarterback in Minnesota flipped the entire race on its head. Every hook in this story pulls back toward one thing: the growth of the man under center. The rise of the Bears starts with him. But before we jump into that, hit that like and subscribe button for more Bears and all the NFL content. Can we get 250 likes on this video? Caleb Williams enters year 2 inside Ben Johnson's offense as a different quarterback than the one who arrived. His rookie season forced him to survive 2 offensive play callers and a mid-season coaching change. Last year, he had to relearn the position from the ground up, taking snaps under center and running a modern pro system for the first time in his life. By his own account, the offense did not feel natural to him until the second Vikings game in December. Now the growing pains sit behind him, and the ceiling looks frightening for everyone else in the league. The raw production tells a story of a passer knocking on the door of history. Williams set the Bears franchise record with 3,942 passing yards, and he fell shy of 4,000 only because his receivers led the league in dropped yardage. Chicago finished 6th in total offense and 9th in scoring, the first time the club ranked top 10 in both since 2013. The pieces produced results even while the operation ran below its peak. The number he posts when everything finally clicks looks downright terrifying for opposing defenses. The one flaw everyone points to is accuracy, since his completion rate slipped near 58% last season. Ben Johnson keeps the play calling duties this year, with passing game coordinator Press Taylor now steering the room after Declan Doyle left for Baltimore. The continuity matters because Williams no longer has to think through every pre-snap adjustment on the fly. He gets to play fast, hunt explosive throws, and trust the structure built around him. The defense he battles every single day in practice will test whether the leap is real. The Chicago defense created chaos last season, yet one weakness followed it into every big game. The unit forced 33 takeaways and led the NFL with 23 interceptions, numbers built on ball skills rather than pressure. The pass rush finished tied for 22nd in sacks, and opponents bought time against the front 7, starving for a true difference maker. Montez Sweat remains the anchor as the centerpiece of the edge rotation. The rest of the group has plenty to prove before the season starts, and the front office made clear it wants more juice off the edge. Chicago is betting on internal growth to fix the rush rather than a splashy addition. Austin Booker enters a make-or-break year as the young edge the staff wants to see break out. Dayo Odeyingbo returns from a torn Achilles after a lost season of 8 games and a single sack, and his health swings the entire rotation. Inside, Grady Jarrett and Jair Von Dexter hold down the interior, while second-year lineman Shamar Turner pushes hard for snaps. Veteran Neville Gallimore adds needed depth to a group hungry for a full reset up front. The linebacker room looks faster and younger after a bold roster decision. Chicago released veteran Tremaine Edmonds and signed Devin Bush to a 3-year deal worth $30 million, adding a downhill hitter with rare speed. TJ Edwards returns as the steady signal caller in the middle of the defense. Rookie Keyshawn Elliott and Ruben Hippolyte bring energy and special teams value to the depth chart. Every improvement up front feeds the strangest truth of all, the story of how this team truly won games last season. Here's the stat nobody wants to say out loud about the 2025 Bears. Chicago ranked 23rd in scoring defense and 29th in total defense, near the bottom of the league by almost every measure. The team still won 11 games and a division title because it took the ball away more than anyone else. The Bears posted a winning record whenever they generated at least 2 takeaways and a losing one when they did not. This was a team winning with almost no margin for error, week after nerve-wracking week. The turnover machine explains the magic and the danger at the same time. Chicago went 3-7 when it forced 1 takeaway or none, including in the playoffs, which shows how thin the margin truly was. A defense leaning on interceptions rather than stops has to keep generating splash plays, or the whole formula collapses on itself. This reality is why the front office poured resources into speed and ball skills all offseason. The margin has to widen this year, and everyone inside the building already knows it. The quiet hero of the whole operation was a running game nobody outside Chicago noticed. DeAndre Swift delivered a career year with 1,087 rushing yards, 9 touchdowns, and nearly 5 yards per carry. Rookie sensation Kyle Moonangai added over 700 rushing yards as a 7th-round pick, giving the Bears the only back tandem in the league to each clear 750 yards. The duo powered the 3rd-best rushing attack in football. Still, the Bears spent the entire spring rebuilding the one unit a takeaway defense lives or dies on. Here's the man who left the champions. Safety Kobe Bryant walked away from the Seattle Seahawks weeks after winning Super Bowl 60 and signed a 3-year deal worth $40 million to come to Chicago. He is named after the late Lakers legend. He wears number 8, and he has piled up 7 interceptions over the last 2 seasons. Chicago let all-pro safety Kevin Byard and longtime starter Jaquan Brisker leave, then handed the keys to a younger playmaker with a nose for the ball. His arrival reset the entire back end of this defense. The Bears did not stop with one signing at the position. They spent the 25th overall pick on rookie safety Dylan Thieneman, an All-American out of Oregon who started every game and racked up tackles from every alignment. In the 4th round, they grabbed rookie cornerback Malik Muhammad out of Texas to push Tyreek Stevenson for a starting spot. 2-time Pro Bowl corner Jalen Johnson anchors the group when healthy, with Kyler Gordon manning the slot. Speed and youth now define a secondary once built almost entirely on aging veterans. The rest of the class fills real needs across the roster. Chicago drafted rookie center Logan Jones in the 2nd round, the Remington Trophy winner, as the best center in college football, to compete with veteran Garrett Bradbury. They added rookie receiver Xavier Thomas as a return weapon and rookie tight end Sam Roush for depth. The offensive line battles headline camp, with Braxton Jones holding the left tackle job and the center race wide open. This roster got faster, younger, and deeper, which sets up the fight waiting in the toughest division in football. No